Selectmen, December 8, 2021.
Night after Thanksgiving, I'm like, that's a big domestic
This is
night.
all the stuff.
You get family together and alcohol. It's just a bad combination.
Yeah.
Well, that combination, especially if you're Irish. Ronnie Cook used to tell me he went to his family's outing, he said, "Gonna last about a half an hour, and it's broken arms, broken legs, broken roses."
You see regular meeting in Colorado, go through the pledge and like that?
Absolutely.
Colorado, pledge allegiance, man.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. One item on the agenda. Martha, you're in charge.
Our favorite item.
Cutting in the police department, okay.
The budget books are almost complete. In your left-hand pocket, you have the remaining budgets that we're going to be putting into your books for you.
Okay.
And then, of course, depending on your votes, these budgets may change, but we wanted you to have the detail of each department as we know it at this moment for you to be able to reference. So if you'd like, we could just start at the very top of the budget and work our way down.
And then we won't get lost.
Great.
Shuffle the paperwork.
So the first item is executive office. That in 2021, the budget total was $322,000 approximately. With the $7,000 worth of cuts, we proposed $323,666. And if you'd like, you can move to your executive office detail on tab 12. This budget includes stipends for the fire engineers, health inspector, selectman, treasurer, deputy treasurer, chair of the trustee of the trust funds. Of course, it also includes wages. Wages are up this year, but they've been offset by other decreases that we've made throughout the budget.
Mhm.
For a total of $1,020 increase to the budget.
On the last page, 12-3, you put that in there, thank you for that. So we'll all be advised what COVID is doing, yeah. That's good news, Martha, thank you, good job as usual.
Cheryl gets all the credit.
She should, she works hard, putting up with you, I understand.
So true, so true.
Not true.
Okay,
Any questions on that?
no,
Move forward.
maybe new selectmen may have a question or two?
Nope, fine.
Okay, all set, all right.
Okay, if it pleases the board, could we go ahead and have a vote on that?
So we'll,
Seconded. Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Who seconded that?
One of the three of us.
get
One of the two of us.
a phone.
Okay, moving along, the next budget is elections and registrations.
Mhm.
That budget, of course, is increased. We have, I believe, 4 elections coming up, three elections this next year.
Mhm.
And so that's dramatically, as it does, increase this budget by about $11,815.
Mhm. So what do we average roughly, do you know what we average roughly for an election? I know it depends on the year and
Yeah, last year we only had one election.
the, right, I
And
remember
it was
that.
7,849.
Okay, thank you,
For the detail, you could go to tab 11.
okay.
each one of these, Martha?
If that would be
Yeah.
okay, that'd be great.
Seconded it,
I'll second that.
discussion, all in favor?
Alright,
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Tax collector, town clerk.
This budget reflects the full effect of the position that was approved by the town last year, for a total of $111,397.
is the new person come in yet, or are we still waiting for,
What's the year,
Right, they, unfortunately, the person that was supposed to start declined, and so she's in the search again.
oh, okay. I knew that there was a health problem, so I was just curious about it, okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Motion?
Make a move,
Second? Discussion, all in favor?
alright,
Finance and assessing.
And I'll just double check, Cheryl, the decrease to assessing is reflected in that total, that 137?
Yes.
Great, so the total, which is down from the original estimate based on your Sanssouci contract reduction, is now at 137,236. That's an increase of $1,324.
so moved,
Seconded?
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
alright,
Legal.
This is a decrease of $15,000 from last year, going from 95,000 to 80,000.
Good, we pay lawyers too much anyway.
that's
Oh,
what I've
is
been,
that a
I've been saying,
motion?
I've been saying that for 5 years.
That is a motion. And I say next year we lower it even more.
Well, I'd be able to do it with if I was, but I won't be.
Alright, the motion made, seconded,
Seconded.
discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Next item is planning board at $171,865, which is identical to last year's budget, holding the line.
Okay, I thought there was a, little, financial thing you guys straightened out with that.
Yeah, worked out.
Okay, good, I'll make a motion to accept it.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Alright,
Aye.
Town buildings and administration.
19,501, that's a decrease of 16,322.
alright, so moved.
Seconded, discussion, all in favor?
Alright,
Town hall, 27,500, decrease of 12,306.
so moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Alright,
Aye.
Town garage, 15,170, decrease of 8,000.
so moved.
Second.
Discussion, all in favor?
Alright,
Many of these are decreased because of the LED conversion project being over.
thank you, that's what I was hoping you'd say, thank you. That was a good move.
Because we put more money in energy this year because, you know,
Well, we proved it did well with the telephone poles, why not go along with it, you know? Okay,
Old Town Hall, 11,955, decrease of 10,370.
I'll make a motion to do that.
seconded,
Yeah.
discussion.
Question, I got another question if I may, so we vote.
Sure.
what
You
was
bring
the-
it up in the discussion, Michael.
Okay. Okay, no, I was just curious that, I noticed there was a little bit of a drop, is there, what is the specific reason for that, do we know? We can touch
Sure,
that?
if we turn to tab 26 in your binders,
Right on the, okay,
and then on the third page, you have the Old Town Hall.
yeah,
Last year, we had 14,500 in the budget, but the LED conversion project is complete,
okay,
and that will, you'll still see that reflected in your notes, that will be removed.
okay,
But there are some things that still need to move forward. The exterior of the building painting, that
Right.
will be an encumbrance request by the building inspector for you to
this year.
consider.
yeah,
InsureCom was the low bid on that project.
okay, that's what I was gonna ask you about, thank you for that,
I
okay.
thought we voted in favor of that already.
Yes, you
So-
did.
so
And encumbering the money forward, didn't we?
I
I
don't
think
know.
we discussed it.
We can do
I
it again
don't-
if you want,
yeah.
but I thought we already did it.
I
Makes
think
sense.
we did initially, but, this is like the final one, the
Okay.
final numbers.
Okay, That's what I was
I
leading
don't
to,
know
Matt,
off
so
the
thank
top
you
of
for
my
that.
head, though.
We're going to vote.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Old Town Hall.
Meeting house,
$5,600.
Move to accept.
Seconded.
discussion, all those in favor?
Fire station,
Fire
$27,950.
Fire station first, Anna.
We said,
That's
said
what we
fire
said.
station, right?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can
Oh, I'm
check.
sorry, yeah. Move to
Hey, thank
accept. My eyes kind of float a little bit today.
Okay, motion,
Yes.
seconded,
Seconded.
discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Police station,
$23,700, decrease of $29,000.
So moved.
Seconded.
discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Stone
Middle
School. The building inspector does not immediately believe that the improvements should be adopted. He would like to look at it further with the fire department.
That's
I agree.
Yeah,
I concur with that,
okay,
but I'll make a motion.
I trust our two professionals.
that's right,
Right.
right.
I'll make a motion to accept this.
You wanna accept it, or you, how do you want,
$1350,
yeah,
motion to approve.
okay.
A question, I'm sorry, just
Yeah.
another question. On the stone school, so is that request to update the steps, is that just gonna be moved to next year? Is that what we're doing with?
I'm sorry.
The request to update the steps, to fix the steps, you just said, is that, we're gonna hold on that?
We'll put,
Holding
holding
current.
a little study on it, to see what really, what the whole
So
thing is.
for a year then?
Yeah.
Before it's gone, okay.
Well, what's the 1350, what are we gonna get for that?
That would be under that tab 26. Yes, 26. And I believe it's just your alarms and
Electricity,
exactly, fire
Maintenance
alarm
and-
security, and if there are any repairs to the exterior, just to keep it safe,
Yeah,
we're covered with that
One
amount.
thousand five
We've
fifty.
we've done some repairs in that building in the past, so a lot of the repairs have been done, God to heaven.
When
the
there's,
animals that in there sits in there.
there's a big hole in the back, I think we need to get somebody in there to figure out what's living in there and then get them out and then seal up that hole in the back.
Do we need electricity in the building?
Yeah.
Do
For
we?
the fire alarm.
Right,
Oh,
We
fire
need
alarm?
to get the fire alarm in there, yeah.
Okay. We need a fire alarm in
So.
No, I said no, but you know, hey, you know,
Selectman Flanagan.
lightning this strike.
Sealing it.
there. Thank you.
They are gonna do a bonfire.
And they're worried about the forest burning, that's all. Okay, so we'll move
Well, the motion made, second, all in favor?
to,
Aye.
Okay.
Old Parsonage, 4920.
so,
Motion, second,
Seconded.
discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Cemetery,
The board has already voted on cemetery at $20,333, and it actually has gone to budget committee, of course, and they've
Okay.
approved it as well.
okay.
right,
Next one is insurance, $286,158. This includes the reduction that the police department gave us due to the CALIA discount.
So moved.
Seconded.
discussion. Regional associations, we cut that $4,729.
I move to accept that one.
Seconded.
Discussion, all those in favor? Police department,
Oh, yeah.
they went up 90, all the savings we've had are up 98,509.
Yeah, all wiped out by the police department.
This is actually a
Feels
cut from previous budgets, so they were diligent about making sure that it was as low as it could go.
Sure.
This really is beyond their control. Their health insurance options that employees took at a higher, moving from single to family. And New Hampshire, good old New Hampshire retirement system helped us increase this budget as well.
All right, move it forward.
Second, discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Fire department, increase of $15,655.
Same thing,
Same
insurance
thing,
and so forth.
insurance,
So moved.
second,
Second.
discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Code enforcement, increase of $17,620.
Or 676, this is, of course, a new employee, different health insurance plans, et cetera, that have boosted this budget.
Okay, so moved.
Seconded.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Question,
Thank you.
emergency management, increase $819.
So moved.
Seconded.
Discussion, all those in favor?
Aye.
Highway department, decrease of $316.
So moved.
Seconded.
Discussion, all in favor?
Question, how's the new, payloader working out there? Have you heard anything on it?
Great. It's a training process.
I'm sure.
Because it's a little different, but
Yeah.
Len says it's going fine.
Okay.
While we're on the topic of highway, can I bother the board to talk about paving for next year?
Absolutely.
There are really 3 roads in contention. There is Nimble Hill from Fox Point down to Little Bay.
Mm-hmm.
There is Little Bay from Gundalow down to Fox Point. And then there's McIntyre. Frankly, McIntyre isn't in the worst shape, so I believe that could be taken off your list.
Mm-hmm.
If they just fix that one dip in McIntyre, you know, that, on that elbow,
Yeah,
Yeah.
if they fix that, and I don't think we need to do the whole thing. They've been patching it pretty regularly, but, yeah, I do agree that, you know, from Gundalow up, and they are in tough shape.
yeah, you can't go, I mean,
So
you
what
know,
do you,
it shouldn't go fast anyway, but there's so many holes and dips.
so what's your suggestion, Martha?
Well, and to add to that, we had that serious accident, bicycling accident on Little Bay by
Mhm.
Captain's Landing,
Right.
just leading me to be concerned
I
about
would
the
think
condition
that,
of
that should have top priority, that stretch.
8 different patches by Portsmouth Water on
Yeah.
top of that.
Yeah. Well, we won't discuss Coleman Drive with the 7 patches down there, but they did a nice job of putting a sub patch down there. They'll hold until after new subdivision comes in and does what they have to do, so we won't be pushing, neighborhood won't be pushing for hot dog job yet.
Yeah, that's what I think Coleman and that end of Nimble Hill, we ought to wait until that new subdivision's done.
Absolutely.
And Fox Point, I think we ought to wait until we figure out what Portsmouth Water's gonna do with that
Absolutely.
water main.
Right,
You
Absolutely.
know, I almost think we jumped the gun on this section we did do, but, I mean, it needed it, but, it's gonna get torn up. And, I mean, Portsmouth Water, they've already left a big hump down on the road by
Oh, it's a beauty.
the culvert.
It's a beauty.
And they won't even answer us on, that's, I think, the number 1 item we have on our
that's
discussion with
just,
the mayor.
yeah,
The Portsmouth Water has gotta start taking pride
Pride in
in
it.
what they do.
no question about
They
it.
may not take pride in our roads, but we do.
Fisher
And
Sanitary.
we're the ones who's paying to go around town and fix up everything that they've left,
Okay.
so, alright, enough of my tirade.
All right, you
So
good?
what did we decide on the paving? I'm sorry. We're gonna do just the
Nimble-
one Nimble Hill?
Nimble Hill and Little Bay are the 2
Okay.
priorities.
Right.
for
Okay,
next
2
year.
priorities, got
Right.
it.
You need a motion for that, Martha?
Unless something else comes up.
Emergency comes up, yeah.
You know, we,
Yeah,
Okay, good.
You need a motion, or you all set with that?
That'd be great. if
I'll
there
make
was
a motion, we do the 2 that recommended.
okay, second,
question?
Go ahead and finish. I just had a paving question for you when you guys were
go
all
ahead.
set. So I know Arboretum is not ours. Are they doing like we did and just doing a base coat now and a finish coat next year, or is that,
I believe that's what they said.
okay? Because that is a horrible paving job.
Who
Is
did
that-
the, who did the?
I don't know who did it, but it's horrible. If that's the base coat, that's fine, but, because that's the
Advanced-
finished product.
Advanced.
Right, advanced paving.
Paving, they're the ones that have been in this area for last year, they did all Ps, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, they were out of our bailiwick, there was nothing we could do about it.
yeah. No, I
But I
completely
understand the complaint,
yeah.
if you really do have a complaint, chief,
Yeah.
then maybe we should address it.
No, it's just like if you're driving in the overlaps, like in the center of the road where they overlap the 2 lanes or whatever, it's just, it's high, it's
Yeah.
rocky, there's like,
But there's one spot too, there's a manhole cover.
Yeah.
setting on the side of the road, which leads me to wonder,
They're gonna
Well,
come
did
back,
they pave over it?
Exactly, that's what I would've
Where's
thought.
the manhole?
right, they're gonna
Did
come
they
back
fill it
and
in?
raise it up and final coat it or whatever, yeah, that's, I just didn't know if you guys go through.
So that's
yeah.
why I thought that was only the base coat, cause they're gonna come back and chisel that
Yeah.
out. and
Should we
fix
send
the
us,
manhole.
should we send a note to, the PDA to ask them if that's what's going on, Mr. Chairman?
Well, it's the city of Portsmouth does the paving for the PDA.
Okay.
So I think when we have that meeting with the
Put that
manager
on the
there,
list.
I think that should be on our list.
But I don't wanna get trapped, Portsmouth has always said, let's pave it and then they'll turn it over to Newington. I don't wanna get trapped into accepting that road.
No. No.
They get the tax money for doing that, they should do the work for doing that.
That's right.
Because I don't wanna get stuck into maintaining that road once they
Then, right,
fix
you
it.
gotta start plowing it,
Right,
and everything else to go along with it, that could be, that's
So-
a big stretch of
so
road.
we can put that on our list for discussion with the city
And
manager.
make sure the city manager knows we don't get any really increase in pay for policing or firing in that area neither, so that should be on the table as well.
Mhm.
Okay.
But I agree with you, chief, it is a crappy job, I've
Yeah.
walked it, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice to see it.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a whole lot better than
a hell of a lot better than it was,
It's
yeah.
a step forward,
Yeah.
It's- they're not running yet, but.
Okay.
Should we
Thank
make-
you.
Do we make a motion to accept
There's a motion on the floor of the highway department of
Yeah.
deduction $316
Yeah.
on two roads
Yes.
included in that, right?
Yep. Right, we don't have a second yet.
I'll second
Yeah,
it.
Bob did.
Do I have to tell-
All in favor?
All right.
do I have to tell
Hey,
you-
don't give me the evil eye.
do I have to tell you to pay attention?
Holy
It might
smoke. All right, street lighting,
Yes, my favorite topic. Ain't that nice?
okay, that's a motion, and the second was.
Have we ever come to a conclusion on the, Coleman Drive street light? Did we get, the company, did they tell us to,
The
They're
building
gonna-
inspector has contacted the company about putting shielding on the light.
okay,
I don't know if it's been
I
completed.
haven't seen
yet.
it, but I was walking, but I didn't notice it.
We're waiting on a couple other things, so I don't think they've done it yet.
okay. I just wanna make sure we don't let that
No.
slip off.
Good.
So we don't
The
have to
safety
pull-
committee worked diligently on that, and I hate to see all that hard work go
We
away.
don't have shielding.
All in favor? Street lighting. Transfer
Diligent.
station, a deduction of $6,271.
Move to accept.
Seconded,
Seconded,
discussion, all in favor?
aye.
Residential waste collection, a deduction of $68.
Move to accept.
Seconded,
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Pest control, a deduction of $1,525.
Move to accept.
seconded,
Discussion, all in favor?
All right.
Health,
$1.
$1.
Move to accept.
I'd like to talk about that $1 if we could.
Yeah, certainly. Let's get your pennies.
We'll give you 99 cents.
Yeah.
Could we reduce that?
Here's $1, let's not talk about it.
Okay, motion made, and seconded. Discussion, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Welfare,
I believe we're coming back into the usual budget needs for that department. We're just being safe and putting $1,000 in there.
Mhm. Move to accept.
Knowing full well that we could add to that. should
Oh,
we
yeah.
rise.
as
Absolutely.
needed.
Right.
Absolutely. As
Seconded,
it needed.
Discussion, all in favor?
All right.
Rec committee,
You've actually voted on this, and
Yeah.
the budget committee has too, so we're all set at the 51,850.
Okay.
plan management,
So move.
deduction of $3,600.
what does this one do? Is this, groundskeeping all around town and the tree
Yeah.
cutting and all the rest?
Porta
Okay.
potties, all of that kind of stuff.
Porta potties in there?
In there too, yeah.
Cause we're gonna go more towards a, when we see the standard operating procedure for renting out town facilities, we're gonna see something to the effect of, when you rent Fox Point for a wedding, you bring your own porta johns, right?
Right, they usually just use the ones that are there, so
Yeah,
But
if
of
you,
course, now the budget committee took them away.
Right.
both
So-
of them,
Right, right, so the only one we have now is down by the dock?
Oh, yes,
The
right,
one.
I got it, I got
Right,
it.
so they're
Yeah.
gonna have to furnish their own.
Right.
Yeah,
And the one at the dock is not there right now.
It's, we take that away in the wintertime, I believe.
oh,
just
yeah, we do
leave
take
the-
that away, thank God, they probably took it, okay,
Yeah.
got me scared.
And, we leave the,
Tennis court and transfer station during the winter, those are the two. The other ones come back like in April,
Okay.
and those are the only two we have.
Okay.
and so tennis court is also skating rink, that's why we leave
Right.
it.
Land management, there's a motion made, seconded, all in favor.
Aye.
Langdon Library, increase of $4,755.
Can we talk about the library one?
Absolutely.
We would have, what tab is that?
That is
Was that in the additional sheets you gave us in the front?
19.
19.
19.
Okay, it appears that's not in your book yet.
Right.
So if you
Right.
go to
Some of the-
your left-hand pocket, you'll find it in those remaining. Oh, great.
I have issues with,
You know what issue?
I do, but my primary issue is, I mean, I wanna know what operating expenses, $30,000, and trust expenses, 21,000, there's 50,000, and I, correct me if I'm wrong, but operating expenses and trust expenses, they're the same thing, and operating expenses, they've got wages, all these other things, electricity, those are already budgeted for, so what are they spending
I have
30,000?
a copy of those,
Hmm?
that the library supplied.
Of what makes up that
Of
one?
what
They
makes up the
they
operating.
don't have that in their book yet, that would be really helpful,
I'd like to make a copy now, if you'd like to look at it,
thank you.
Please.
Thank you.
That'd be great.
just ignore the notes.
The trust expenses, I believe, Martha, is that money that they take out of the trust, so that isn't an actual expense to the town. That's a budget line
Mm-hmm.
that's reimbursed by their trust, right?
I think what Bob's saying is, they've still got this operating
Right,
expense line,
exactly, yes,
and
yes.
are they overlapping, or
Yeah, good point.
what are the differences between the two lines? We don't have any description in the operating expenses?
Yeah, 'cause you got electricity, heating, water, and other maintenance in here, snow removal is
Yeah.
not in there no longer. The other items are in here, and why is that in there?
And it's just, I mean, with all the other line items, like,
Right.
you know, like Mr. Marconi said, electricity, heating, water, maintenance, repair, you know, and then it's a big number, $30,000,
Yeah.
and there's absolutely zero description of what it is.
Right.
So it seems like the other things cover all those operating expenses, well, what do you have an extra 30 grand for,
Can you pass this down?
Yep, certainly, thank you.
with an increase in the budget?
For the chairman of the library trustees, just throw it out there.
So from my understanding is, instead of breaking out all of the individual expenditures in their library budget, they
Okay.
bucket them in this operating expense line.
Again, they've got $8,400 for maintenance,
Yeah, I've seen that as well. I was just gonna comment on that.
but on the regular budget, they've got a maintenance and repair line. There's nothing in it this
That's
year.
nothing in it.
You're right. Good point. Yeah, it's $1 in it, so it's in there. Good point. They must have combined it with something else. Why did they do that? See, the materials maintenance, 500, maybe they combine those two, I don't know.
And these
Collection, what's
totals,
collection? What do they collect?
I think it's the collection box, I'm not sure if that's what that means.
$8,500?
That's what I thought it meant, but I don't know that for sure.
Then the last line, equipment, I think that's supposed to be purchased.
Are they coming in this evening, Martha?
They, came in to see you, of course, back in October.
Right.
And then you actually voted on this
At the
a
time?
week ago,
Okay,
and it went to Budget Committee. Budget Committee hasn't reviewed it yet. They're
Okay.
due to
Tonight.
review it tonight.
Tonight the police,
Right,
no,
fire.
okay.
I'll address it tonight.
I was just gonna say, why don't we, I was just gonna make that comment, why don't we talk about that tonight, Bob? I'm gonna keep this if you don't mind. I'm a little confused.
Would you like me to send out an email to them asking them a question about it before tonight, or just wait?
No, wait till tonight.
Great.
So we won't, make a motion to accept
Does
line
he
item I
do
tonight?
thicket this?
we have already
Right,
accepted it, right?
Yeah.
right.
Okay, all right. We'll get clarification tonight,
Right.
all right. HDC,
HGC,
The HDC requested just this week, as you'll
Right.
recall, that increase to their budget of $2,000 to the grant line. That was, because they're hoping to get a grant to, make the stone schools safe. So this doesn't have any budget impact, of course, because it's a revenue neutral item.
right,
So the final number for your consideration is, Cheryl, can you just verify that, 15,336?
It's 16,568.
16,568.
That's what the budget committee approved.
And then she wants to add an additional 2,000 onto that?
Yeah, so that was added back to the department budget.
And I wanna make sure that if these grants are not granted, that money doesn't get spent on anything else.
Goes back to the general
It goes
fund.
back to the general fund.
absolutely.
It's normally what we do, Bob,
Right.
yeah. I'll make a motion to accept that one,
Seconded.
All in favor?
as long as that, yeah, as long as that caveat is in there.
Yeah.
So just to make sure,
Hmm.
we're going back to the selectmen's number 15,336, which has the 2,000 in it. We're not going to the budget committee.
Right,
Remember how they added an
15,336.
extra?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay,
That's correct, I'll correct my motion, it's
15,336.
15,336.
Right.
thanks.
Up to Bob whether he corrects it or not. You wanna go to that, Bob?
I'll go with that.
Okay, we're all set, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Conservation Commission, increase of 324.
move to accept.
Seconded.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Economic Development,
so moved.
Seconded.
discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Debt service, nice reduction of 83,671.
That's down from because of the fire truck.
Fire truck, right.
Exactly, and the ambulance equipment, those lease purchases were done in 21.
Okay, perfect. Well, we'll definitely accept that.
Seconded.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Capital outlay, deduction of 14,910.
so moved.
Seconded.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye,
Aye.
Total operations before sewer is a reduction of $57,959.
that's down, right?
Down, yes, I'm sorry, reduction.
So moved.
And your next vote would be the, we prefer that you not vote on the union contract item yet. We're waiting for the final vote from the union, but we're steadfastly working on it. We hope in the next few weeks to have that number for the selectmen.
So you don't want us to vote on
Engineers.
4902?
4902.
Yes,
Total sewer,
We only,
Thought we voted on 4902 already.
sewer.
we did,
yeah, we did, I wasn't
Capital
sure.
outlay.
yeah,
Did we vote on it? We did?
yeah.
We did.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine, all right,
Next one is sewer, Mike, thank you.
yeah,
So
sewer,
the sewer was a reduction of 57,959.
It's actually an increase of 264.
we were talking about the last line too.
Oh, okay, well, okay, I look
Yeah.
at the line, right,
Yeah.
thank you, yep.
Did they give an explanation before we get into this, why it went?
That is, the town approved a bond issue for
Right, that's what it was.
the pipes
Yeah.
down at on the industrial side. And that bond is coming to fruition,
Okay.
and the bond and interest payments are now in there, which, in addition to that, there's been mandated EPA testing that they're having to increase that line in their budget for.
All right, so moved.
Seconded, discussion, all in favor?
All right.
Okay, so now we go over to the page 404.
So we have to
Capital
take,
reserve, I think, is your next line to look at. That's 397,500.
did I miss a page? Where are you?
What number are you on?
4, about halfway down, capital reserve.
Oh, yeah,
2/3 of the way down.
yeah, down 99,500.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And is that the capital reserve, so that's the total that we're putting aside for?
Yes, and that's an important one to look at the detail on. That'll be in your left-hand pocket. And then if you can look at the selectmen's budget line, these, we believe, are the cuts or the warrant articles that you wanted to move forward on. We have, rec facilities and maintenance, you still had 10,000 for the field work. That was going into a capital reserve.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in the library fund, although they asked for 20,000.
Mm-hmm.
The revaluation warrant article, we cut that. Police communications has 5,000 in it.
Mhm.
Fire vehicle repair has 0. Major equipment replacement, $5,000. Fire vehicles replacement, 200,000 for the new truck. Fire communication, 0. Ambulance, $50,000. Next page, police computer equipment, 10,000. Replace highway vehicles, down to 15,000. Major road work, down to 100,000 from 175. Police equipment, $2,500. That was for the body cameras.
Mhm.
The HDC, History Preservation Fund, they've asked for 10,000, and the board was going to think about that one.
Absolutely.
And the final one is the fire station addition. We're going to hold on that and concentrate on engineering/architectural review.
The history one, you know, I don't know, I'm torn on that one, gentlemen. I concur with that one, that we should start putting money aside. But at the same time, I'm not sure if this is the right year to do it. But no year is the right year to do it, I think.
Right. That's a dilemma.
Well, we'll leave it there and have them come in with a plan, how they're gonna do it, and
Well,
lay it out to us.
That's what I was gonna say, you know, and worst comes to worst, they do a warrant article and the voters can decide.
Right,
That's a good idea, Bob.
That's what it is, it's a
Then
capital
it-
reserve, so that
yes,
it
it's
would be
a warrant
voted
article.
on.
Right.
Yeah.
And I believe that they're planning on doing a petition warrant article
Okay.
Okay.
if this isn't approved, they've said they're gonna do a petition article.
Well, yeah, because no never means no in this town.
Okay, and then of course we have that placeholder of 182,000 for the union article. We'll firm that up in the next few weeks.
All right.
And that's all they wrote.
Okay.
Was there anything missing? Anything that you all heard, fire and police, that don't all sound like it was there?
If not, well, you got everything, Alana?
So then, back to your capital reserve number. That is 397,500.
Well, those little numbers add
Yeah,
up.
no,
pretty
nobody,
quick, right?
You need a motion for that?
That'd be great.
What page were you on?
4, 2/3 of the way down.
Capital zero,
Yeah,
so moved.
seconded.
Discussion, all in favor?
Aye. Good job, Martha.
Nice, laid out, very nicely, thank you.
Cheryl gets
Cheryl.
99% of the
Thank you.
credit.
Well, I know these books have made a big difference for the content.
Oh, yeah, fantastic.
It's like having your homework done for you.
Yeah, really,
Yeah.
it's an honor. Some pages flying all over the place.
It used to be in the old days when I first got here, they went to that, but we got things going on.
You had still minutes.
I would like this book for tonight.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so the rest of the inserts are in the pocket.
Yeah.
Did you take them? Just finish them?
Are we taking this with us tonight, Bob, for our meeting?
I am.
Okay. I'll leave it right here, I'll take it up and give it here. I'm gonna listen it as well.
I will not be able to make it here tonight.
If you can make it, you can, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Did we check the RSA's? Is that permissible for you?
Well,
You only get 10 minutes, that's all he is, he'll be back in 15.
There's only one RSA man in town, we gotta check if I haven't found him yet. Motion to adjourn, before we get in trouble.
So moved.
Seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you all.
Thanks very
Thank
much.
you all for participating, thank you, Eleanor, Sharon, and Monty, done a super job here, as usual.
So, how come you let us off without any questions?
Yeah.
I think you did well. When you're driving home, I'll stop you for speeding.
Won't be the first time.
Hey, let me ask you